What's up, everyone out there? It's your boy Ceddy of Ceddy Knows Tech, and today is the day that Apple has released the new iPhone and iPhone Pro 12. We have it just here. The UPS guy literally just dropped off our package along with some accessories that we picked up for it, including the new MagSafe charger, another USB-C adapter, as well as a clear case for the iPad Pro 12. So before we get into any of that, you know what time it is. Cue my intro. So let's get right into it. Received my phone just a few minutes ago in the box, so let's go ahead and open the box up and take a look at this. I've been trying to avoid looking at YouTube and other unboxings because I kind of want to get my own impressions without being, influenced by other reviewers for this. So when I open this, we'll be kind of viewing this for the first time together. So there it is. This particular one is the iPhone 12 Pro. It's in I think it was Pacific Blue, the blue color one. And you can see right off the bat that this thing is small as far as the box and so forth. The boxes in the past have been probably maybe like double the size, and at least with height. And this one is extremely small, and the reason for that is because Apple has removed the charger and the headphone sets from the packaging and so forth. So now they'll give you the charging cable, but if you want the actual power brick, you have to buy that separately. And the reason for this is supposedly to be some sort of environmentally more conscious and kind of cut back on packaging and things like that. Let's just call it what it is. That's BS. Apple is trying to figure out a way to get even more money from us on top of their $1,000 plus devices. So let's call it what it is. Has nothing to do with environmental safety. It has nothing to do with cut down emissions and so forth, because they are still producing and manufacturing these power bricks. So I don't get where all that's coming from. So that part. So taking a deeper look, let's go ahead and unbox the actual package itself. As always, Apple has this little tab where you can kind of pull the plastic in for easy entry into the device. Move that out the way. And so let's take a look at what's in this bad boy. All right. I like that. There you have it, people. The iPhone 12 Pro. Let's go ahead and get rid. I guess this is the covering right here. Get rid of that real quick. And there you have it. Like I said, this is not the 12 Pro Max that comes out. You can pre-order those, I think, November 6th, and we'll release the following week. This is the iPhone 12 Pro. I think I wanted to go with this one this time around. This kind of a slightly smaller phone. We'll take a look at that once we when that time comes around. But it's nice looking. It's nice looking. As you can see here, they have the sides are very very shiny. The back, I don't know how well that picks up on the camera, but it is that blue color. I like it so far. I like the way it feels. It feels a little heavier, maybe just because it's smaller, more dense. I don't know, but it's still very light though. I just like the way it feels. This is kind of like the way they built their current iPads. A lot of the iPads now have a flat edge instead of that rounded edge that you saw on the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro and so forth. This one has more flat edge. It still utilizes the Lightning port, but it also has now that MagSafe charger that magnetically hooks to the back of the iPhone. So we'll see how that works out. But so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing thus far with this. Also in the box, this is all that comes in it now, is the little packaging from Apple, the SIM eject tool, and a sticker from Apple. My children will most likely have that before the end of the day, and they'll be fighting over that, as well as the charging cable itself. Supposedly this is supposed to be more braided, more durable. We'll see how that holds up over time. But it is a USB-C to Lightning cable. So it's no longer the USB-A cable to Lightning. It's not a USB-C to Lightning cable. So that's all that comes in the box now. Like I said, the charger and the headphone set is no longer in the box. You have to purchase those separately now. It sucks, but it is what it is, and I'm sure all these other phone makers will eventually follow suit and do the same thing to cut costs on them and then make you purchase more crap from them. So yeah, but so far I am liking what I'm seeing though. I like the way it feels and so forth. So let's kind of put those to the side real quick and look at some of the other accessories. This is the MagSafe charger. It's basically, it plugs into the USB-C charger. So this kind of came with your iPad and so forth, your new iPads and so forth. They give you this kind of charger, and then you can now plug this cable into that, and then magnetically hook it to the back of your iPhone for a magnetic type charging feel for it. I've heard that if you want the fast charging, then you will have to still plug it into the USB, you know, the Lightning cable itself, USB-C to the Lightning cable to make it faster. But the MagSafe charger, it supposedly works. It just works slower. So we'll have to do some more testing to kind of see how well does that hold up. So let's go ahead and take this out. So this should just kind of slide out like so. Yep. And without tearing this thing up, there we go. So basically you will hook this piece into your charger, plug that into the wall, and this should magnetically hook to the back of the iPhone. Oh, there you go. So it's actually on there pretty tight too. Let's see without me. Okay. So it's actually hooked on there pretty tight, but basically this will give your iPhone a charge. It will charge it kind of magnetically and wirelessly, so you can just kind of just pop it on there, and it will work. I heard that this charge by this method is about twice as slow compared to plugging it directly into the Lightning port, which your included your included charging cable. Using this is about twice as slow. I had to test that. I haven't verified that personally yet, but this kind of some of the things I saw online. Like I said, I try to avoid a lot of the stuff I saw online just because I want to get my own impressions. But just looking at some things like battery and things, people are saying they tend to saying that they're liking the technology that's around this. Apple added a lot of magnets in the back area, so they can that's more compatible with their new accessories. So things like the MagSafe charger, the casing that you can put on it, that's MagSafe compatible and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how that ultimately goes. We also have like I said, the USB-C charger from Apple. I'm guessing that you can probably use any USB-C brick with this, but I just bought this just to see how things worked. And as I said, it's just a standard USB-C charger, and this goes in there, that goes into the wall, and so forth. So we have that, and then finally we have the case. I got a clear case for this particular phone just because I wanted something that I like the blue color, then want to kind of hide that and so forth. So let's see how this works. And that should just pop off. As you can see, this is the clear case from Apple for the charger. And this case is also MagSafe compatible, so you can plug the cable into the bottom into the iPhone if you want to do that through the cable, or you can use the new MagSafe connector and just kind of, can you see that? Yeah. This wireless, and you can wirelessly charge your phone with the case all through the MagSafe connector. So let's put all this together real quick and let's get some kind of impressions on some things real quick. So be right back. So before I go much further, I do want to do a size comparison. So this is my new iPhone 12 Pro, and this is of course last year's iPhone 11 Pro Max. So this is basically the largest phone that you can pretty much get from Apple, and this is the new Pro. So as you can see, if I kind of line these up as best as possible, this is about the size difference that you should see from the iPhone 12 Pro compared to the 11 Pro. Not from 11 Pro, the new 12 Pro Max. I'm guessing they're going to be somewhat the same size as far as the 11 Pro Max. That's kind of why. Sorry about that. And that's pretty much why I went with the 12 Pro instead of the 11 Pro Max this year. Was when you start to do some comparisons and line things up, you can see, I'm talking about, yeah, the 12 Pro Max, no, come back, the 11 Pro Max is going to be a little larger than the 12 Pro, but it wasn't that much. It wasn't that big of a difference, and especially for the price difference. I got the 512 version, so I always get the highest storage capacity or whatever. I try to soup my devices out, so it's already expensive devices, right? And it was like, I add another $200, whatever it was, difference just for the slightly larger screen size and stuff like that, because I think that's quite enough. So, but that's your decision. But now technically, I guess all is supposed to work together with the clear case. So I don't know if it just kind of falls in place or how does that work, because it's supposed to be magnetically connected. Well, it doesn't fall in place, I can tell you that. Okay. It just kind of it kind of snaps in place, sort of like your other devices in the past. So now you can see it with the case on. So far, like I said, it feels sturdy in place, and MagSafe, the MagSafe connector, so it should just all hook on. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to do this, just so I'm trying to make sure I don't drop it, but trying to show you how powerful that connector is. So it really stays on there. It really hooks onto there nicely. So yeah, I'm liking the way this feels real quick. So basically what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on, get it all kind of set up, because I do want to get some pictures and so forth with it to kind of show you the quality of the picture, because this is the Pro, so it's supposed to have, like, better sensors, and it can take in more light to capture better photos. Things like RAW, you can shoot in RAW, even though I don't think that's there now. That's an update that's coming later, I think either this year or early next year. It's Apple, so whenever they release it, but this will be able to shoot in RAW, so that you can actually take those images, get as much information from the image as possible, and be able to do some things like editing without losing quality, whether it be just kind of doing different filters, expanding it, shrinking it, things of that nature, and you won't lose any quality or information about the image, doing all these different manipulations with it. So I know that's on the Pro Series phone, so I do want to get some images real quick to kind of show you what things look like and just get some overall impressions. It is using iOS 14, so we're not going to cover iOS 14 because that's been done to the death. No reason to beat a dead horse. If you have any iPhone currently, not any iPhone, but if you have a more relatively new iPhone now, most likely you've already updated to iOS 14. So we all know how that works, but let me get it all set up and I'll get back with you. So I now have it all put together and set it all up and so forth. So ta-da! Like I said, it's running iOS 14, so there's nothing new there. Things of that nature, but I have taken a couple pictures, as I will now kind of show you, and as you can see, the picture quality is awesome. The colors kind of really came out, and I kind of really like what I'm seeing and the level of detail of the photos. And even took a picture of some of my dog, Linux. Yep, he was named after the operating system. So as you can see, the photo quality, just doing a simple point and shoot, they came out really well. I didn't really get into the settings and ISO levels and all that kind of stuff. I just kind of took some pictures and they came out really well. So I'm liking the quality of the pictures so far. So finally, let's talk about, should you update to the new iPhone 12 or 12 Pro or 12 Pro Max once that comes out next month? And cause I know a lot of people, I got a lot of messages and so forth asking, is the 12 gonna be worth it if they have an 11? Well, and I hate giving these kind of ambiguous answers. It just kind of depends on what you see as important. The reason why I upgraded was a few things. I use my phone a lot for a lot of photos. I don't consider myself a photographer, but I do take a lot of photos of my children and just kind of when we go to events and things and kind of log them all into our server. This way I can kind of keep a running record of different family events and so forth. So photos is kind of really important to me. And my phone is 9 times out of 10 the device I'm using to shoot those photos. So with the improvements of the camera and the 12, I was like, yeah, I'll get the next one. Another thing that might be important to you is 5G. All the phones now, all the iPhone 12s, from the mini to the 12 Pro Max, the whole line comes now with 5G and more RAM. So is that important to you? That was less important to me because 4G is actually decent, at least where I'm at. I've seen some of the speeds of 5G and I work with 5G in my day job, just with different things that we're planning on doing with AI and IoT devices and things like that, but it's just not everywhere yet. So, and I don't really see it really taking off for at least another year. Maybe next year's model of the iPhone will be able to better utilize 5G, because even though Verizon CEO got on stage, it's like 5G just got real. I'm just not seeing it. I have other 5G devices like my Samsung Z Fold 2. And and I got like 5G MiFi, things like that. I rarely see or get a 5G signal. I get LTE and things like that, but very rarely do I get a 5G signal. So we'll see what my Verizon. I'm on Verizon, so we'll see what Verizon does in that, when it comes to 5G and how fast it spreads. To really be said, to really say that you have 5G. But the iPhone line does have 5G and things like that. So if 5G is important to you, then definitely upgrade. If you're looking for this phone to do more things than what your last year iPhone did, then you're gonna be disappointed because nothing's new. There's no new features or things like that other than better. It's just kind of a refinement of the 11. Better camera, 5G signal. If you get the Pro series, you get more image options like HDR and then better record and better quality and things like that. One of the things I do wish is that Apple will allow us to use our Apple Pencil on our device. I carry with me everywhere I go, my iPhone and usually my iPad. Matter of fact, I just had to not too long ago purchase another iPad, a mini 5, because I was carrying around my 12.9 2020. And I love that device. I absolutely love that device. But if you're just trying to take notes and things like that, which I do a lot of note taking, sketching, things like that, to kind of get some ideas that's in my head out on, somewhere that's not paper, because I lose paper. The 5G, the bigger iPad was just more trouble just to carry around because it's such a large device, whereas the Mini 5 was small enough to carry. But if I was just able to take this and my pencil and kind of sketch my notes out and get some of my ideas out here, that would be awesome. And I was hoping that by now, what I'm trying to say, that they would have implemented that already, but it hasn't happened yet. So if there's the big con I could say that I wish this phone had, was I wish it had the ability to use my Apple Pencil, whether it be the version 1 or version 2, to utilize my iPhone as my digital drawing pad or sketch pad or notepad, whatever you want to call it. So, but everything else, I like it. It's an iPhone through and through. At the end of the day, it is an iPhone. It runs iOS 14. you just have, it's faster, it's gonna have more RAM, it's gonna take better pictures and things like that. So only you can really answer that question. Is the iPhone 12 for me? Now, if you got a much older iPhone, like a 6 and maybe an 8, something like that, then yeah, definitely upgrade, because you're missing, with all the new kind of innovation that Apple has done over the past few years, you're not being able to see that. So that would be a great upgrade. But if you have the iPhone 11, 11 Pro, 11 Pro Max, then that can be kind of, should I get it? Should I not get it? I think that if you don't get it, you won't be missing a whole bunch, to be honest with you. Because like I said, 5G is spotty at best right now. The only real benefit is, like I said, the camera. The cameras are awesome from what I'm seeing thus far. And so if you're a big camera person and you use your iPhone for a lot of photography, videography and things of that nature, then it might be in your best interest to upgrade. Other than that, you can probably hold off another, year before upgrading to maybe get the iPhone 13 Pro, Pro Max, and whatever they're gonna call it. So yeah, but with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and smashing that bell icon so you know when I push new content to the channel. And as always, thank you for watching this video. And until the next time, stay geeky, stay techie. Ceddy